Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching Starting Point, where we deliver news from home and around the world. The anchor for today, Uli Herdi and my partner.
And I'm Luisa Kusnandar, and we are here joined by Ibu Natalia Subagio from Jaga Pemilu. Welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here at Starting Point.
My pleasure.
So we can see Jaga Pemilu at jagapemilu.com.
Right.
So before we go deeper into the conversation, ahead of the 2024 general election, people all over the country are requested to maintain neutrality and supervise all election stages and activities, among others through the jagapemilu.com platform. Let's take a look.
Initiator of jagapemilu.com, Luki Jani, asked the Indonesian people to participate in overseeing the whole activities of the 2024 general elections so that they can proceed honestly and with full integrity. Luki says people can participate through jagapemilu.com, a platform provided for people to report all forms of fraud or violations that occur during the election. Luki added the people can quickly and effectively provide information and all platforms of violations, which will be the basis for follow-up actions. He hopes that by involving the public directly, potential fraud in the election can be avoided, so the integrity of the election can be maintained. Jagapemilu.com was initiated by a number of democracy activists, social activists, and academics who have passion to ensure the 2024 elections will proceed democratically, honestly, fairly, open, and participative. During the election period, people can register as volunteers and send reports of alleged violations through the jagapemilu.com website, which will be verified before being published.
So in an effort to uphold transparency as well as maintaining neutrality in the upcoming 2024 general election, the Jaga Pemilu initiative has emerged as a pivotal step towards ensuring fair and democratic electoral process. And now with us we have Ibu Natalia Subagio, the chairperson of Jaga Pemilu. Ibu Natalia, can you first explain to us perhaps what is Jaga Pemilu 2024?
Jaga Pemilu 2024, it's actually a social movement.
A social movement.
Yeah,
okay.
well, it was initiated by a group of concerned individuals, academics, activists, just mostly ordinary people who are just very concerned about the way our democracy is developing. And with this major election coming up, we felt that we needed to do something to ensure that the elections are free and fair. And because of that, we developed a platform, and this platform is jagapemilu.com. And it's a platform which enables every citizen to participate in ensuring that the elections are fair. How do we do this? We sign up. And then we give our name, address, because we need to have the proper identity. And if you see in the election process unfairness or things happening that shouldn't be happening, you can take a picture, snap,
Report it.
and report it, put it online, and it will be put on our website. And these reports of alleged cheating will then be investigated, and if they are truly valid, then we'll pass it on to Bawaslu, and they will follow up with it. And through the system, you can see how far your complaint or your report has been handled. So it's actually a very basic thing, but complicated in trying to get people, individuals to participate.
Okay.
So that's the challenge.
So the campaign period has been going on for a couple of months now. How have the website shown so far? Is there a lot of complaints?
Well, not yet, because our website was only recently launched. But every day we're getting more and more people signing up. The challenge we provide the platform, but it's not enough to provide just the platform.
You have to promote.
You have to promote, and not just promote, but you have to encourage people to participate. Many people just think, oh, the elections, it's nothing to do with me. I just go on the day, I place my vote, and that's it. That's as far as my responsibility goes, and that's as far as my interest goes. But it's not enough to just be voting on the day. You have to vote.
Right.
You should not pass up the opportunity to vote, because that's the only time you have a voice in deciding who's going to run this country.
Right.
So you have to vote, but it's not enough to just vote. You have to ensure that your voice matters. And if the system is not fair, then your voice will not matter.
It will be misused, right?
It will be misused, will be abused. So to get that through to people requires a lot of education. And so other than promoting the platform, we're also doing a lot in talking to communities, to students.
Some kind of a roadshow as well.
A roadshow. We've been going to Semarang, Pontianak, Medan, just to promote.
Wow.
Not just to promote the app, but to promote the importance of ensuring that the elections are fair.
That's really great to hear,
That's really
Ibu.
great.
Yeah.
So you've been visiting a lot of places in Indonesia as well, with your community as well, and from meeting a lot of people all over Indonesia. What are the things that they say and that you've listened to from Indonesians?
Well, from the general public, the response has been very positive. I think we as citizens are all aware of the importance of the elections. And it's not just presidential elections, mind you. It's going to be a very complicated elections, right? But the attention right now is on the presidential elections. And most of the people we've met, if not all, really want an election that's fair. Jaga Pemilu and all the people that we talk to, they're not really concerned about who wins, whether it's A, B, or C. It's not an issue about who wins, but it's an issue about ensuring that the system is fair, right? And so the response has been very positive. The hesitancy probably has been in they don't know how to do it, right? If we see something that's not right, if we see, for instance, a village chief that's giving out money, we know it's wrong, but
they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to
report to.
Who to report to, how to
report
to. Yeah, exactly.
What's the SOP?
And so, exactly. So we tell them, okay, no need to worry. Don't get stressed out. If you see something's wrong, you just record it. You record it and you sign up
on your phone with a video.
Yeah, because for all the complaints, of all the reports, it has to be substantiated with evidence. And the evidence is through this picture taking or document taking. Whatever you have that you think will support your report, you just upload it onto Jaga Pemilu. And the application itself, the site itself, is very simple. It's very user-friendly. So anybody really can use it.
So it's actually very user-friendly, as you have said.
Exactly.
You just need to take a video and then just report it online.
Yeah.
Ibu Natalia, as far as the campaign has been going so far, in your personal opinion though, how is the democracy right now in Indonesia? We know that now we have a lot of young voters and we have a lot of social media influences and of course the media, mainstream media itself.
And you've been working in the media as well a long time ago. So.
Oh, history. You're showing my age.
What do you think?
Well, how's the democracy itself? We should be very proud. As Indonesians, we should be very proud because since 1998, we've come a long way in developing our democracy. It's not perfect, mind you. There are still a lot of shortcomings, and we've done a lot in building the institutions to protect our democracy. But lately, we have seen that our democracy apparently is still very fragile. Lately, we have seen how our institutions have been very much weakened. And what do I mean by institutions? I mean the institutions to protect our democracy has been compromised. And it began with the KPK, the Corruption Eradication Commission. And then on, all the institutions that we have developed to ensure the checks and balances which is needed in a democracy, they've just been compromised. And that's why this elections is so important. We need to ensure that our democracy will continue to grow, to thrive, and to be strengthened and not weakened. people just think what a democracy needs is just elections.
Right.
If you have elections, then you're a democracy.
Right, but that's not the case.
But it's not enough.
Okay.
And if that's not enough, right, and if elections mark your democracy, if your elections are compromised, and if your democratic institutions are also compromised, then what do you have? What kind of a democracy do you have? So that's why these elections are very much important and crucial.
From your perspective, how different is this year's election compared to the past elections that we've experienced, say in the last, I don't know, 10 to 15 years?
These elections, the difference became very stark with the decision of the Constitutional Court regarding the changing of the rules regarding vice presidents. This was totally unexpected, right? And that marked the beginning of not marked. It set alarms.
Yeah.
Right.
It set alarms. Something's is not
Something's going on. Yeah.
Something's going on, and this has been strengthened by the many reports of the lack of neutrality of our government, our state officials, and that is what's making it extra special compared to previous
Earlier,
years.
yeah.
Such cases have always been there in the past, but now it has become so blatant and so stark that it's becoming truly worrying. That's why Jaga Pemilu was established. We have an incumbent who seems to be very active in supporting a particular candidate. And you mentioned about neutrality. The neutrality that we want is the neutrality of our state apparatus.
Yeah.
It is their responsibility, right, to ensure that the elections are fair, efficient, run smoothly. Although we have 800,000 plus voting booths. I mean, it's a logistical nightmare. We recognize that, but we still expect the Election Commission and the monitoring agency and the state to provide the venue, the means for us, the people, to give our vote and saying, who we want to lead this country.
Yeah, and it's really hard to maintain our own neutrality at the moment, as youngsters, especially for like the Gen Zs. I mean, you have your phone right there, and for those who are, really trying to get more votes for whoever they're going to choose, I mean, it's just so easy to just making hoax, making spam, making all this misleading information.
Exactly. With social media, it doesn't make life easier in one sense, right? It makes it easier to disseminate information.
It's overabundance of information.
Yeah.
And you have which makes, like millennial Gen Z, they will constitute more than 50% of the vote.
Exactly.
So you guys are very, I'm not important anymore, these baby boomers, these old timers, we're really not that important. But it's you guys who are the important guys. But many of your generation are very much dependent on social media. But I also believe that your generation is a smart generation. With social media, you have to be trained critical thinking.
Right.
I mean, you're not just going to accept any whatever. When you receive information, you have to analyze it. You have to you have to question.
Yeah.
You have to question. Who's cross-check.
The other side of the coin.
Exactly. It takes a little bit more time, but you don't want to be fooled, right?
Exactly.
If you want to be intelligent, you want to be smart, you have to put in some effort. You have to question whatever information, disinformation, misinformation is given through it, and then you have to be able to analyze it. You have to be able to use your reason and your logic to see, does this make sense? Does this not make sense? And then you also have to be open to other sources of information. I mean, with social media, I'm also maybe a victim of it. With social media, you tend to just stay with the conversations that you like.
Yeah.
You stay in your
That
echo
is
chamber.
right.
Sometimes it's confusing because the algorithm only shows you the things that you
That
sort
you
of,
like,
you
yeah.
clicked, you
Yeah.
like. So sometimes people can sort of like live in a bubble of information because they thought that's the reality.
Exactly.
Yeah, but because
Yeah.
the algorithm just feeds
Yeah.
you the
Exactly.
stuff that
That's how
they
it
thought you
works,
want to
yeah.
see.
Yeah. But you know it, right?
Right.
So if you're aware of it, you
Yeah.
become more alert.
Awareness is very important.
Awareness is
Yes.
very important. You don't want to live in your own echo chamber.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know, listening to the other side or listening to people that have a different opinion, you just cannot be bothered to argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have time for this. And so you stay safe.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help in developing your own thinking.
Right.
I mean, you just become, like horses with blinkers.
Right.
So, but I have more confidence in Gen Z and the millennials in being able to analyze all this.
Right.
The only lack of confidence I have is perhaps in wanting to participate.
Apathy.
The apathy and you've had it. You've got your own set of problems.
Yeah.
You've had it relatively easy compared to generations before. So you just want, I just want to be concerned with my own thing. Just
Right.
leave me to it. But that's not the way it goes. You have to be aware. You have to be concerned about of what is happening around you. You think it doesn't affect you, it does affect you.
Exactly. And it's sort of like a calling for us. We have this chance to vote. And it's just really sad when people say, I don't even know who to vote for because they just feel like they're not drawn to like any of the candidates. I think that's where the problem lies for the swing voters.
Yeah, and it's partly the fault of the political parties themselves. They have not been very good in educating the public about the importance of being politically active or politically aware. They have not been very good in educating the people regarding their candidates. But now there are also a lot of applications where candidates can show to the public, I've done this in my constituency, I've done that. It's if you want to be serious, if you're doing it for the right purpose, the right intentions, there are many ways of doing it. And I know a lot of good politicians who are doing it the right way, the going to their constituencies, talks, sharing their lives. I mean, there are good people out there, but you just have to look for them, and they have to promote themselves. And it's, some people, we just think, it's only all about money. But money is important, but it's not all about money.
Right.
You
Couldn't agree more. So in the meantime, please go to jagapamilu.com and take a look and help us preserve democracy. And we'll be right back to talk some more after these messages. So stay close at Starting Point.
You're back watching Starting Point, and we're still with Ibu Natalia Subagio discussing about Jaga Pemilu, and we are trying to protect our election,
Democracy.
our democracy,
Yeah.
really. Now, Ibu Natalia, as individuals, though, in our smaller circles, how important is it to stay neutral, in your opinion? Because, as we are trying to talk about election and it's getting so close, but of course, as individuals, we also want to persuade people around us and to see why is it we're voting for certain candidates.
People have been fighting over
Yes.
that in WhatsApp groups,
What is our attitude supposed to be in this case?
No, but you're not expected to be neutral.
You're not
Right.
expected to be
No,
neutral.
as voters, we are entitled to have an opinion. We should have an opinion. But the question is, what is your opinion based on?
Oh, okay.
Right? Every individual is entitled to support A, B, or C.
Yeah.
Right? And they are also entitled to try and persuade other people
yes.
to support
Whatever
the person
choices
they think.
Yeah.
But the problem is you have to ensure that whoever is trying to win your vote is using information that is credible,
Legit,
that
yes.
is reliable, that is truthful.
Yeah.
So we can promote whoever candidate we want
Yeah.
if we truly believe that that candidate reflects the way we want our country to go. Right? If we feel that A, B, and C, okay, A is he he has the same values as I have. He knows what he's doing. He has a vision for Indonesia, and I support that vision. Then go for it. You go for that guy. And when you try to persuade others, use the arguments that are important for the future of this country. So the problem with now is the candidates, we're still not clear about what their vision truly is, and whether we believe that these individuals will truly pursue that vision for the interest of us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Will they walk the talk?
Will they walk the talk? Will they be true to their promises?
Promises. Yes.
And do they have our interests at heart? It's the people's interests at heart. So you're not expected to be neutral. Voters are not supposed. If you're neutral, then you'll be golput. You want to vote. No. Neutrality is for the people who organize
I see.
the elections.
Yeah.
It's for the state to be neutral. That is where we expect the neutrality from. Not from us. We're entitled. But we have to use our vote responsibly. And we have to use our vote with some thought to it. It's, a pesta democracy. It's a carnival. It's a festival.
Yeah.
I've never liked that term.
Why not?
Because it's not a party. This is for me, this is a very serious part of our democratic process. For me, this is very serious because this is the only time I can say, I want so-and-so to be my president. I want so-and-so to represent me in parliament. This is the only time I have that opportunity. So it's a serious event. And I think more and more people are becoming aware of that, I hope. And our voter turnout has always been very high. So people do want to be part of all this. And that's why it would be tragic if you abuse the public trust in the system by cheating the system or not providing a system which is robust enough to protect, our voice.
So hence jagapemilu.com, and you can reach jagapemilu.com at the website and report if you've seen anything fishy. But what are the examples of the things that people should pay attention of, and are the things that people should report? Even starting from now when the campaigning is beginning already?
Well, things like money politics. When you see candidates giving out money, giving out milk at places where they're not supposed to give.
They can report that.
That can be reported, or whether if they see your village chief trying to push you to vote, or if you
Money politics,
or if you feel that you've been intimidated to vote for a certain individual, if you see that government officials are using government events to promote a certain candidate. These are all things that can be reported. And you have to remember that state officials, they are under law required to be independent and neutral. They should be free from any influence. They should not be swayed by anybody. I mean, it's by law. It's a requirement by law. So it's not something that is a high demand, really. I mean, it's just a 101.
Yes.
You just expect the referee to be free. I mean, is that an unreasonable demand? I don't think so. I mean,
it's free in referee.
Yeah. Those are the kind of instances that we can face. I mean, you have to just make sure that when you vote, you make your vote based on a sound decision. That you know that your vote will be looked after. Nobody will try to change it halfway or miscount somewhere, or suddenly the voting boxes are lost. And you have to feel that that is not going to happen, and we have to make sure that it's not going to happen.
Right.
And that's all we hope,
So-
right,
And
from the
that's- yeah,
government.
that's-
Yeah.
So we're less than a month to the general
27
election.
days.
I know. So so you know
So
this.
sign up to Jaga Pemilu, both of you.
We will do it, certainly. So you just sign up to jagapmilu.com, you fill the forms and everything, and then you can report or whatever you see. If you feel something fishy is going on, just let
Just report it,
jagapmilu.com
yeah.
know, and then you will.
And don't worry about whether it's valid or not. What is important is that the report is true.
Is it anonymous or?
You can be anonymous, or
Okay.
you can have your name. So don't worry about it. If you see anything that's not right, you just record it, because there will be a verification team.
So you can upload it on the website.
Jaga Pemilu.
The video or pictures or
Yes,
whatever.
yes, yes, yes.
And also on social media, you can find Jaga Pemilu.
Yeah, we're on
Twitter,
X,
X,
Twitter,
Twitter,
Instagram, Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, so it's all about transparency, basically, and together let's jaga our pemilu.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing
Thank you
this.
so much, Ibu Natalia, for
We cannot do it without
sharing
you,
this.
so you have to help too.
Okay, so we're going to go on another break. Thank you so much for being here, for coming
My
to Starting
pleasure.
Point. And then once again, please sign up at jagapemilu.com so together we can protect our democracy and have a safe election in just 1 month. So stay with us on Starting Point.